Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be here today with my traveling friend from Chicago. There she is. You can come up closer. Don't bite. Christine Thom. Now, Christine, you're going to have that glare from your glasses, so let me move over. There you go. Okay. Do you see where? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Ish. So hello, everybody. I have never shared this space this close. Notice how closer she's getting to me. We have known each other since 2002. 2002. We went to massage school February 2002 in Chicago, and we have been friends ever since.
Yes.
And I'm going to explain a little bit more about Christine, but let me say hello to everybody that we get here. Oh my God. Sarah May from the UK, you're up at 1:00 in the morning just to see Christine. Okay, thank you, everybody. Hello, Joy. So good to see you. Ellen Jane and Shelly Ferrano. Delora. Yes, me and my shadow. All right. Jamie Sp. Hi, Jamie Sp. How are you? Good to see you. Diane, Sister Sledge, how are you? Carson, hello. Thank you, Sarah, once again for being here. Carson says, hello, Christine. Hi, Lori. Maria and Beth Rogers, I hope you're feeling better each and every single day. Ellen, hello. Sherry Lee, Sherry Lee, Sherry Lee. Okay. I like the name Sherry Lee because it reminds me of one of my good friends, Sarah Lee. I've had Sarah Lee's bun cakes and many other different things. Okay. The pastry used to be really good. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Good to see you. So what we normally do is we stall for a couple minutes. That's why I say hello to everybody, because that gets people a chance to come on in and say hello. So Christine, a vivacious, outgoing, very stubborn, and she's a Taurus. What's your rising?
Virgo.
See, we're both Virgo risings. And what's your moon?
I'm a Leo.
Leo moon. Her emotions need to be known. Rawr! Okay, so I hope your parents are watching. Let's get them to watch. Let me text them.
No.
Emmy Scamahorn, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. So Christine was also so kind to be in my first wedding, which was really nice. She couldn't make the second wedding, but that's okay. But she got to meet John, and all is good.
Oh, I'm so happy to meet him and to get to know him, and you've created such a beautiful life together.
Oh,
so
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see she was saved from the aliens. Yes. Don't leave your house without them. Okay. Hats off to you on this last full moon. Sincerely, Leo sun. That's probably why things are crazy, because of the full moon.
Yes.
Maybe that's it. Because she is a Leo moon.
I was hit hard by this last full moon. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but woo, I feel like I got socked sideways.
Yeah. So
thank you for that.
Christine, she was a stage manager when I knew her many moons ago. And then she got into the shamanic stuff that we were doing. She did a 2-year apprenticeship program in shamanic studies. And then Christine also assisted on my very first
real group
group of retreats that I did, and that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
So much fun.
And how different, you guys, I have to tell you how different the retreats are now since 2005. Just crazy, because you were there 2005, 6, 7. Yep. It was crazy fun, crazy good.
Yes, definitely crazy good. But the retreats have evolved so much since then.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so. 47. Can you believe it? I have been on 47 or done 47 retreats.
47. That's amazing.
It's crazy.
That's amazing.
It's crazy to me. So what are we talking about tonight? Tonight, we're talking about creating the unmasking of self. Christine and I both have done a lot of work on ourselves and continue. We continue
Absolutely.
to do work on ourselves. And it is crazy to know that, you know, even though we teach, we are still students each and
Always.
every day. Each and every day.
Always.
I've packed for 17. She's packed for 17 retreats.
Woohoo!
That's good. Awesome.
That's awesome.
And guess what? The one in February 3rd, you don't have to pack at all. You can right from your home, because we're doing an online retreat, my very first online retreat.
That's so
Anyway,
cool.
Say crazy one more time. Crazy for loving the Lord. Okay. Anyway, I had a nap, everyone, just so you know. Yes, well-deserved a nap, because we were going to go to Multnomah Falls, and it was closed, unfortunately. So that's
there's a lot of rain here, so probably probably a landslide. You know,
a landslide, like Olivia Newton-John. Look it up. Landslide song was really good. It was a good song.
Yes,
I loved it. Hi, Irma from Sterling, Illinois. I know, Jamie. I know, because, you know, but we're taking her to Skamania on Monday. Anyway, let's get back. So I know I did say Multnomah. I wanted to say Multnomah. That's how I think it should be pronounced, like maltomeal, Multnomah, but it's Multnomah. I knew it because you were on here. That's why I had to say it right. No, landslide. Olivia did a song called Landslide too. Stevie Wonder did a song. Stevie Nicks did do a song called Landslide as well. Hi, Stephanie. My dream to sing crazy in a red dress, sing on a black piano. All right, let's make it happen. Okay, so here's the thing. How many of you feel like you walk around with a mask on, that you have to be somebody to fit in, to be strong, to just carry on in every day to day? Now, what Christine does, Christine has an amazing company, amazing job. It's called Stardust Editorial, stardusteditorial.com. Yes. And she's very, very good with words. She loves to read. You have worked with, tell people a little bit while I sip on some tea. You tell them what you've done.
So what I do is I'm what's called a developmental editor. So if proofreaders and copy editors are focusing on the grammar, spelling, and punctuation and sentence structure, I really look at what I like, looking at the blueprints of your book, looking at content, structure, and context, and also really talking about, as is important to our conversation today, is really looking at your voice and looking at your authentic voice and bringing that out as much as possible. Because in truth, when you're reading a book, I also work specifically in nonfiction. I really work a lot with coaches and specifically with energy practitioners. And what I do is,
there you go. I'm sorry. That's the dot right there.
And I really work a lot with coaches and people who work with energy and helping them to talk about what they do, explain what they do. So if you're so I work with coaches and energy practitioners who are looking to increase their business blueprint, and bring in numbers of more clients, but doing so through explaining who they are, explaining what they do, and also, contributing to the conversation going on in their field. But doing that really requires you to really say who you are, to really speak in the voice that is really your own. I think a lot of writers get hung up on, this is how it has to sound, and this is how I have to present myself. But really, if you think about your favorite books, if you think about your favorite authors, how do you feel so connected to them? How do you feel so connected to that material? Most often time we're resonating with it or connecting with it not only intellectually but in a heart way, and even with your gut, like in a gut way of like knowing that this is right, knowing that this is in alignment with you, knowing like, oh yeah, I feel this, I get this. Whether that's a novel or a nonfiction book full of information. And so as an editor, that's what I work to create, help my clients really be able to do in their books, to really bring their voices out, because that connection, that feel is really what is that bridge that connects author with reader when there's such a space and distance between the two in reality. Does that make sense? In our 3D reality, I should say. So it's making that connection. So that authenticity is really what we do and talk about a lot in the work I do with my clients, as well as the practical nuts and bolts of good chapter structure and transitions and beginnings and endings of chapters and all that kind of good stuff, and moving things around to make sense.
Because Christine was saying that an interesting piece with authors is they don't know how to connect one chapter to another. It's the thought or the movement from one chapter to another.
Right. It's like logic. It's sort of like really like looking at logic synthesis of ideas. And if you think about it this way, if you imagine like a formal English garden, I'm a bit of an Anglophile, it comes out. If you think about a formal English garden and you're walking through all of the different, rooms.
Let me pause
in
you
that
for a
garden.
moment.
Go ahead.
Garden is a yard, just so y'all know. When she says garden, they mean a yard, because like when I talk to Sarah May in the UK, she's like, outside in my garden. And I'm like, she has a garden? She's like, well, it's a yard. So anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So formal gardens, you know what I'm talking about. So there are rooms in those gardens and you're moving through each of those rooms. And sometimes, there's a theme with those gardens. And so it's really about how do you clearly lead that visitor through the entire garden from beginning to end and have them keep that theme and those ideas in mind. Is there a motif? Like, is there like a sun motif? Which flowers go where and why? Where's the reason behind what you're saying each and every time? What is the what is the reason behind what you're presenting to the reader, and when and why for all of that, and leading them through so they're able to connect the ideas all the way through to the end of the book. So then they are able to, and allowing them to draw their own conclusions, as well as making your position and perspective, your perspective as an author is the key. And again, that goes with authenticity, clear. So I've worked with lawyers and coaches, and it was a wonderful gift to be able to co-edit one of Cindy Dale's books with my dear editor friend Amy Rost. So that was the oh my goodness,
Cindy Dale's a big wig, guys. You should look her up. Yeah.
She's really wonderful. If you're not familiar with her work, she's a good one to know.
So Stephanie says, well, I consider myself more of a chameleon. Joy says, I used to. Lately, I'm good at being me. I like that a lot. Hi, Susan. Hey, y'all. Hey, Michelle Moray. Joy says, when I want to say no, I say no. And when I want to stand up for what I believe in, I'm no longer afraid to do that. Sherry says, I feel misunderstood. Flower beds. It's another thing. Yes. Flower beds. Lovely. Dang. And here I am over here struggling with just paragraphs. See? A maze, a garden maze. Sure. Hey, Kelly. So hard to do. I had a book published last year and struggled with that flow. See?
Yeah. We work
Stardust editorial. And then a squirrel runs to the garden in a hat. Yes. Or underpants. Underpants. Yes. The golden thread, as my lecturers say.
Oh, that's a nice way of thinking of it. That's a great.
I like that.
That's
golden
nice.
thread.
Nice way of
continuity. 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 Yes.
That's great.
That would be me in my mind. I get it. I totally get it. And Stephanie totally gets it too, because she would be that squirrel in underpants. So it's the same thing when we look at authenticity of self. Our voice, listen to this, everybody. Our voice says so much. The voice that you put in a book is the same voice that you are showing up as,
Yeah.
right? So, how would you say, how do we, you and I, how would you say that we have started? Because we're still on this journey, everybody. It just, we might be one step ahead, just one step ahead of someone that hasn't started, because everybody's journey is their own journey. My journey, ever since my parents left, is when I stepped onto that journey. Took 10 years to move fully through it, but meaning that, I'm going to take one step and two step and then sit there for a while, then let that simmer for a little bit. Then year 4, I might take another step, and another step.
And it's also about like those pauses are so much also about, getting comfortable with having stretched your comfort zone.
Yes.
And then coming to a place of like, okay, I'm ready for the next one. I'm ready to stretch myself again. Moving, because we've gotten so used to ways when we hold ourselves back, we get so used to being in that space that it feels uncomfortable to move into who we really are. And it's such a like contradiction in terms, but because the more we come closer to ourselves, the happier we'll be, and we are. And can I do this again?
There you go. Just I
gotta
can
do this
move over.
again.
Just
And so
move
it's
over.
about
There you go.
so like you're saying, it's really about that, like getting used to being ourselves, and then how people respond to us. We have to be ready for people to be not people, a lot of people, I have people in my life who they want you to just stay in the box that you're in because they like you there, and that's how they're used to things, and they get what they need from you if you stay there. So you'll get some pushback, and there is that's a reality, and we have to
And
be
that's
ready
about
for that.
them.
That's about
It's
them.
about them. It's
That's
not
about
about
them.
you.
Not
I'm I'm laughing because when she's like, "Get out of your comfort zone," I'm like, "Isn't this cool?" And she's like, "Oh, yes, when we started the woo work, she's like, I don't know about this drumming and rattling and everything. Now this is the one that just like did like a full moon ceremony on her own in my backyard. So I always laugh. It's just funny. Okay, Christine, looking to get my work looked at. Love your focus.
Thank
Excellent,
you very
Carson.
much.
So please contact her. So what would you say that, well, we'll talk about for you, if you're comfortable.
Okay.
What would you say that you did to start unmasking yourself? How did that work for you?
Gosh. It's several things, but for me, being the very strong empath that I am, picking up on other people's emotions so much that it was really hard for me to know to tell the difference between someone else's emotion and my own, was creating enough space and giving myself enough time away from other people. And I honestly couldn't do that till I moved out of my parents' house and was on my own, to give myself enough time and space to know what I really felt, and to be able to really do a lot of having to go within a lot more to be able to identify who I was, and also face the fears of, facing some of it too was about facing some trauma, and then and accepting those things, knowing how I felt, and being able to stand in how I felt about something, and that being like saying, yeah, that's okay. It's okay that this actually, I would say that before, the things didn't bother me when they did. And I stopped lying or stopped pretending that wasn't true. Because even if it was like, those mini steps, as they always say, but it's like the difference between being in a situation with someone who I know well, or even who I don't know well, and feeling uncomfortable, and they're saying like, well, you're all right with that, right? And instead of saying, oh yeah, sure, I'm fine, the first step for me was to not say anything, instead of agreeing with them, agreeing with the fact that I was fine, or lying about the fact that I was fine. I wouldn't say anything. And then it got to a point, I would say, no, actually, I'm not okay with this. So it's those small places. But the first thing was finally getting clear on how I felt and what I thought.
Would you say that was started when you moved from New York to Chicago?
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
For me, it was needing, besides on a very practical level of being able to start a career. My first career was in professional theater. A stage manager, if you don't know, is like it's a middle management position. If the director is the artistic vision of a show, of a play, I did plays and productions, not musicals, but the director's artistic vision, the stage manager is the nuts and bolts managing everything. And then when the director leaves on opening night, which they do, the stage manager is in charge of the running of the ship entirely till the end of the run. That was my job. And so besides for practical reasons, because Chicago is such a vibrant theater town.
She worked at Steppenwolf,
I
y'all.
worked at Steppenwolf for years. Yeah, it was great. And that's the reason why I moved to Chicago. But anyway, it was needing to get away to be able to.
I'm just going to move you closer. There you go. There you go.
And here.
There you go.
So see? That was that moving out. And, and I know that not everyone has that choice of being able to leave the environment that they're in to be able to, really have that space that you may need. But I was lucky to be able to do that. But you can do it in small ways. That was my favorite role in theater. Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Fellow stage manager.
Yay.
Yay.
So, and Emmy was cute. Emmy's like, Elias, do you think Roger will come through and say, Emmy, write the book? So every time we do like some sort of mediumship, we do soul chat on once a month. And then we'll do messages from above every other month. Now, shameless plug, everybody. On the 4th of February, we are doing both. We're having an hour of soul chat and an hour of messages from above. If you're part of the Inner Collective, you guys get that 2-for-1 special. If you are not part of the Inner Collective, you're getting both of that. Thank you, Delora. And there's the information there from Delora. Now, Emmy's friend, who's no longer with us, Roger, always comes in and says, would you write that book? So for you to even ask that question, Emmy, I think you already got that answer. You already got that answer. Roger's coming to you and going, tap, 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 write the book, have her edit it. So, okay. Does this make sense, guys, about how we can start to really look at ourselves? And this is what happens when you take that mask off of, where is she? There she is. Yes, I'm fine. I'm good. When you take that mask off, Lisa Randall, how does it start to feel? Stepping into your true, authentic self is so freeing. That's why we feel so good after a retreat, because we really have opened up. We have been vulnerable. We know that vulnerability is a strength, and we feel good afterwards, because then we can say, we constantly say yes to ourselves. Now, Jamie said it's scary. Jamie's been on a retreat. It is scary to be who you are. Let me tell you, everybody, and many of you know this, to say that I was adopted was scary for me to say. To say that I was gay was very, 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 very scary for me to say. I couldn't even tell my parents whether they knew it or not. I couldn't even tell them. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't even tell relatives even after my parents died. It was very scary. To even come out as a psychic medium, scary. Now, it's okay that I do life coaching. It's okay that I've been an author. It's okay to do all these other things. But to say the psychic medium thing, I had to come out of one closet to go out of another closet to, it's constant closet work.
Right. And that's right. And there's a difference between.
And that's where our masks are, guys.
Right.
They're in the closet. Go ahead.
But there's a difference between, I think this is important to say, there's a difference between being judicious and who you share yourself with.
Agreed.
Than masks. Does that make sense? Because there are people where, you really do have to have clear boundaries with, and you're like, it's not safe to really be myself or to open myself up fully. Sometimes even just in professional settings, you can't. But with those who are close to you and those who you want to be close to, being authentic and doing your best to be as authentically yourself everywhere you go is the goal. And while yes, it's good, yes, it can be scary, just as Elias was saying, to be who you really are, even to yourself. But to others, it's scary, but it's always worth it. Promise.
So true. Let's see. It's scary to feel sometimes. I know. Elias, I know. I know you know. It takes so much energy to keep up the facade. It does, Delora. Yes. It does. And you know what? That to me is scary because, oh my God, what are they going to find out if they find out that it's a facade, right?
Oh, that's the worst.
Leanne says, I'm doing that now and I don't know what they say.
What they'll say.
Oh, what they say.
I don't care what they say.
Oh, I don't care what they say.
Oh, yeah. Good for you. That's good. Awesome.
Delora Ritchie agree. Thankful for this safe space to be me fully. Yep, I agree with that. Here, closet work. I love it. So let's talk about this for a moment because everybody talks about, and you and I talked about this the other day, shadow work. Guys, it's good to do this shadow work, but then you move through the shadow. You don't have to be stuck in the shadow work, right?
And you shouldn't. Like, in other words, like if you're focusing so much on that at a certain point, like it's too much, way too much, because then you're just stuck. You're just like stuck in a rut. You're going to move yourself up and out of it. So if you're always focusing on one thing, like I've got my own, we all have our own stuff that we trip over all the time like that. There are certain things that we're here to learn in this lifetime, and boy, will you trip over them like all the time. And it's just, it's an overused analogy, but those onion layers, there's no joke about that. It's for me, I think progress has always been like when I know that I'm not on the same level of the onion. I'm on the next layer. That's success. That's progress. Right. But you're absolutely right. That shadow work, you can't get stuck in it.
You don't. And because that's why we do the retreats. Hang on one second. Let me turn on this. Did it turn on? No. It still has to charge. Darn it. Nice cup of hot tea. And I love it.
But you create the beautiful part about your work, Elias, whether you're here or in one of your awesome retreats, is that you create space for people to truly be themselves. And and to experience that and know that and know and truly feel your connection to source, however you define source, feel your connection to source, and with that soul connection, truly that soul connection with each other, and feeling that not only possibility, but reality. And then being able to move, because we got to move back into our lives, right? And sometimes that's the part after retreats, but being able to then take those pieces that you've learned and gained and moving it as best you can into your life from there on out.
So true. Yeah. So true. Joyce says, whenever something new happens, it's scary for me to share because I'm afraid people think I'm totally crazy and not understand what I'm doing in life. And I get that. That was my go-to all the time. Once you get to the place of that you don't care, that their judgment and their opinion is just that. It's their opinion. When you get to that place and you can understand that, that's again more growth.
And it's right. And it's also then too, like allowing yourself to then, that when I talked about being discerning about who you share with, it goes both ways in the sense of like, if you have someone in your life who you start to share things with and they're really like, no, you can sit back and think to yourself, is this really someone I want to keep in my life? Right. Or do I really want to look for people in my life who are really going to accept me for what I say and be interested and accept me for who I am, for what I'm saying and how I feel and who I am.
Right. I get it. I have a special announcement to make too. Don't let me forget. Sherry says, me too. Absolutely worth it. Yes. It takes more energy to do it alone. It totally does. And Lisa says, I'm working on it. I love our soul family. I feel safe. Sherry, let me ask you. You said I'm stuck. Are you personally, and again, do not feel like you need to say yes. Did you sign up for the online Zoom retreat? Just curious. Good evening, Susan. Carson says, I grew up with being a good, go ahead and read that.
I grew up with it being a good thing to wear many hats, but now I realize I was breaking my neck. Such a heavy load. Being me has gotten so much easier once I let go of everybody else's stuff. Yep, absolutely. I agree with you. Having to be a chameleon for everyone else and to allow for everybody, like, focusing on what everyone else needs versus what you need. Like I said, like wearing different hats, different costumes for everybody else to make them comfortable is just so much work. And when you let their stuff be their stuff that they have to work on and do and not take it on yourself, it's, yes, much better.
Stubbornness. I hear you. Oh, but not patient. We've conquered that. Nice try. Nice try, Veruca Itis. No problem. I always thought I was stuck, and in fact, I refused to open and share.
Yeah,
I get it.
I do. I've been there too. I was just just recently, just this weekend, I was like, that's happening to me again.
And that's why we don't do it alone. That's why we call someone up. That's why we ask for the support. That's why we say to the person, hey, what do you need? What do you need? Do you need me to just listen? Do you need me to suggest? Now, even if we don't say, hey, I need you to listen. Now, Christine's good. She'll say, I need you to listen. And I know that we have the kind of friendship that I'll just say, I just need you to hear me out, right? But I will always say, here's a suggestion. And she'll say, have you thought of? That's her way of saying suggestion. Have you thought of? And, it's that kind of friendship or that kind of person that you have that. And that's what we want to create with this soul community, right? A friend said to me, you're stuck and you're decorating your rut.
Such a great way of putting it.
That's
I like that.
Nice. I'm going to have to borrow that one. I was going to say. I like it. Great way of putting it. I like it. One of my mentors used to say, are you happy? And I would I'm like, well, yeah. And she's like, well, can you tell your face? I love it. Okay. You are beautiful and you are worthy. You are very valuable to me. I love that. I'm so happy that I never care about what people think about me. I love that. Love who you are and the world loves you back. Well, most of them. Yeah, doesn't matter. Hello, my friend. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Don't you make me cry. I love you so much. Joy, so true. Your people will love you just as you are. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. No, I didn't. I'm financially challenged temporarily. I love how you said that. So we've got a little surprise in a minute. Okay. Carson and empath do it so naturally. They absorb naturally, but learn to observe.
Yes.
Right. And what do we do as empaths? We have to observe, not absorb. Right.
Oh,
right.
That's like great. Yes. That's that fantastic.
Sometimes it's not being judged, but the situation you're forced into that hinders your exit from the closet.
Yeah, sure.
That's a good one. Let's sit and think about that one for a second. You are forced into that hinders your exit from that closet. I understand what that can mean. I just don't like the word forced.
Right. There's sometimes though when you like say, for example, you're in but think about it this way, like I think I would say that it's not in every aspect of your life. I invite you to think of it that way, in terms of like where, start with where, what you have to be able to move forward, even if it's just a little bit. Because sometimes, you know, we are in like job situations where,
Right.
you know, it's a certain personality. You got to kind of show up as a certain personality. You can't leave that job yet because you just can't. Like we all get those financial, you know,
Right.
like you don't have a choice for a while until you're in a different position. And you just got to kind of tuck your chin down and go for it, right? But so where in other aspects of your life might you be able to make those moves? And even if, and you know, it's in journaling and with yourself and with certain people, where can you take a little bit of a risk of being more yourself with them and see what happens? Because and it's also, and again, it's always identifying who is safe, right? There's really good work about that, especially if you've been you know, in a situation where like people have been tough for you, you know, learning to, you know, it's a whole other conversation about learning who's safe. But if it's been a really hard, if you've really hit, you know, trauma situations, et cetera, but who is safe and where could you move out a little bit? Because there's always room somewhere. Spirit never keeps us completely shut down.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and even the desire, like intentions and the work that we do here, the more you put it out there, the more it will come to you. And with your work of making change, right? Manifesting.
So true. So
Yeah.
true. Sarah says, ironic you're teaching this considering the music I was listening to when I noticed you were live. Synchronicities get my goat again. Okay. GCP, ground clear protect. I like it. GCP. Okay.
Nice.
Sarah May from the UK. I like to think I'm in a holding pattern as opposed to being stuck.
Oh, that's great.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
That's great.
Thank you. Sarah, check out his website and you can sign up for the newsletter. He goes live frequently during the week. Glad you can make it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sarah, you're signed up, right? Sarah, you're signed up to the newsletter. I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, we're talking about creating the unmasking. And I think for me, having people like Christine in my life and others in my life, I think when you have other people, it's easy to say, I need support in stepping into my truest, authentic self. Are you willing to hold space for me? You want to tell them what holding space is? And I don't know why my thing isn't working to charge the gosh darn tea.
Is it plugged in down there?
It should be plugged in, but we'll find out. Go ahead, tell them.
Holding space. Holding space is really about allowing someone to express.
No, it wasn't plugged in. Go ahead.
Oh, see, helps often.
See?
Is allowing someone to express without judgment and allowing them the room to express those emotions, verbalize, you know, sometimes it's even just to vent, right? Venting is a really simple example. If you allow for someone to vent, you're not taking it personally. You're just allowing them to let that emotion out, and you're just listening. You're just listening, and you're allowing them, you're giving them the safe space to be able to do that. And you're caring for them in that way without interfering. You're not trying to hug them and coddle them. You're not trying to fix it. You're not trying to fix anything. You're just allowing them to be and know that they are safe to do that. Another, you know, great way of, you know, a big way of holding space is allowing someone to cry, and just allowing them to cry. Again, not trying to make it better, not trying to fix it, not trying to take away that pain, allowing them truly to get that cry out because they desperately need to. Because, you know, if you've noticed, like one thing we say a lot in the, you know, one of the first things we really talked about in the apprenticeship work that we did early on was not to touch someone when they were crying, because it can stop them from being able to fully get that out of their body. Because, you know, that you talk about all the time, like, you know, holding energy in your body, right?
Right.
And that holding space is really allowing them to do that. So those are examples of what holding space is like. How would you talk about it?
So those of you that gone on the retreat, there's many of you that have on here. It is about, allowing the person, here's the best way. You're not walking in front of them. You're not walking behind them. You're side to side.
Yeah.
And you're observing what they're doing, and you're there if they need you. If they need to pull you in, it's their choice to say, I need you to hold space for me. I'm going to share something. Please be right here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important. I think that's like step one of sharing. Like, I'm going to start stepping into because your authentic self is already there. It's all the fears and everybody else's judgments that have forced you, that time I'll use the word forced you to wear the mask, because that could make you feel safer, right? Be a witness to their testimony. I like that.
Be a witness. And it is, yeah. And I should say the word that holding space is, you are holding a completely non-judgmental space for them.
Right.
Like they can be who express however exactly they want to. And for you, you're saying, that's okay. That's okay. And oftentimes when we're holding space, we don't say a word. We don't say anything. We just allow them to be and to express. Yeah.
Sherry said, never been able to express myself without bad consequences. Well, welcome to this group, because this isn't going to do that for you. It's, there's no judgments. We do our best. We are human. We do our best not to judge. And I'm going to say that. I can't say that someone isn't going to, think of something, but if they do, I hope they have the ability to say, this is my perception. Is that true? It's about clearing up the assumptions, asking what people need, right? Okay, go ahead. I just want to watch our time. We have an hour, so this is where the little thing is. We're good. All right, so some of you, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Do I still have more yellow paper? I do. Hang on. Please hold. Anything else you want to tell them about what you do while I do this?
If you're interested in exploring what developmental editing is, you feel free to please go on my website, which is stardusteditorial.com. There's lots of information there about what it's like and what you're getting into. What I do is different from like a writing coach, where you're taking it from a blank page to a piece that's to a first draft. I really take it from the first draft forward. So it's the continuation of the crafting process, of the creative process, but it's from that first draft forward. But if you have if you're really clear about what you're going to write about, what your book is, and you have an outline, a clear outline, chapter headings, and you know what each chapter is going to be, and you want to get a taste of what developmental editing is, I have an offer on my website for that tasting, to get a sense of it, to see if you're ready or not, if this is something that you want to do. And, so please take a look and see. You're welcome to, and you can certainly contact me through the website if you have any questions. It's stardusteditorial.com, and I'm very grateful for the chance to be able to tell you about what I do. So
I love that. And let's can you put that in the comments one more time? Stardust Editorial. That would be great. Yes. No, they're going to do it.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, here it is. Thank you. Laura. Thanks to Laura. So as she was talking, I had a little bing happen. This is totally up to you.
Okay.
Would you ever consider doing a free workshop? I can host it. A free workshop, kind of like the workshop that we did long time ago, about just telling people what it would be like to
work with me,
to work with you, and to start writing a book. Like, what are some of the nuts and bolts from your perspective?
Yes, I have to think about that. Yes.
Let's do that. Sure. Springtime.
That sounds great.
Younger than springtime are you? So That would be something fun. I think that would be a lot of fun for those of you that are considering to write a book, to get someone's, honest, true feedback about Emmy, someone's honest, true Emmy, someone's honest Emmy, someone's honest, true feedback Emmy, someone's honest, true feedback about writing a book Emmy, about what to do and how to do it. Who?
Carson's
Oh.
note.
Might be the first draft to you. My fifth.
That's good, Carson. That's absolutely true, and I'm actually glad to hear you say that it's your fifth. That's perfect, and we will take it further. But that's exactly what.
Excellent.
You're right. Yeah. Yes. Excellent. We're working on moving from perfect to excellent to brilliant, which is also really good. I like this a lot. But yes. It's that continuation of the process. Love to hear that it's your fifth draft. That's great.
Yeah, because we all know that I did 11.
Yeah.
11. So anyway, moving on. Emmy, you're cute. Excellent. Sherry says I'm more of an editor. Cute. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. Yeah, Lisa was another perfect one. Everything was perfect. So we moved from perfect to excellent. And I have to tell you, thank you. Because Sarah May from the UK is, she always says excellent and brilliant. I've never heard her say perfect. Never heard her say perfect. All right, I want to do this. We didn't announce this, but I wanted to do this. Yes, brilliant. I love it. So there were several of you, some of you I talked to, and I still put you on this list. What we're doing tonight is we're going to, now I added somebody else. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I didn't add that one person. Please hold, everybody. 6 people were not able to come on the Zoom retreat due to whatever reasons. Mostly financial, but due to whatever. Some of them, we've talked to and what have you. So what I want to tell you is this. If you sign up for the 1-year program of psychic development, mediumship development, and personal development, because I think the personal development totally goes hand in hand with the psychic and the mediumship. Mm-hmm. If you don't start talking good about yourself, you're not going to hear yourself. You're not going to have clairaudience. If you don't see yourself in a good light, you're not going to have a higher extent of clairvoyancy. If you don't feel good about yourself, you're not going to have that clairsentience, right? So all these things go hand in hand. Thank you, Delora. It's the Intuitive Circle group. If you pay for it all together, you are going to get the Drop the Mask retreat. This is what we're talking about. That's coming up. That retreat you're going to get for free. It's $150 value. Okay. Right. Now, what I'm doing tonight is I have 6 people now. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people. One person that I've spoken to, or actually just made it known this evening, that you're going to come on the retreat as my guest.
That's great.
So, did you already start that? No, we don't start it till February 28th. February 28th is this one, right? And then you can see all that, right? February 28th. Thanks to Laura. So that is going to happen. Now you could also, if you I can't afford the $333, then you can do it monthly, $33, but that doesn't get you the retreat for free. Okay. So, but I'm going to put, well, we can't really do a hat. So you don't know what's on here. So I'm going to have Christine pick one person. They're all here on the table.
Yeah.
1, 2, hang on. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I will vouch. This is all true.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I want you to pick one of these
Okay.
Yellow pieces of paper.
Okay.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Notice she's scanning everybody. She's scanning. I'm wondering to see what she feels. Okay. And she picked one. Dun, dun, dun. Look at.
Huh?
Pick the green one. You're cute. Oh my gosh, really? Really? Hang on one second. Hang on one second. Oh my gosh. Okay.
What?
You're cute. We just had somebody that just typed in just now, I will sponsor someone for the February 3rd event.
Oh, that is so kind of you.
That is really beautiful. That
Oh,
is
wow.
absolutely beautiful. So, okay. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and you pick one and I'll pick one.
I just begged.
Oh, you picked one.
Yeah,
this one.
I did.
Okay,
Yes.
hang on.
Thank
Hang
you.
on. One. Give me one moment in time. Okay. Okay, there we go. I have the person. What does she say? What are you doing? Now the pink one. You're funny. You are so funny. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. So,
You should pick that one.
yep. Here's this. So, can I, the person that mentioned that, can I mention who you are, or would you like to be anonymous? Would you like to be anonymous? Hi, Dorothy Baxter. Are you watching from work?
I think we should just keep them anonymous.
Christine's gonna tell me to be anonymous.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Why does that not surprise me from our soul family? Isn't it beautiful?
Yes.
And I have to tell you, she's new to our soul family. I'll tell you that much.
That is so
okay.
kind of you. Thank
All
you.
right.
We have a winner. Yes.
You want to say who it is?
Are we keeping this anonymous or not?
She says you can say it if you want.
Okay.
But this one is,
okay.
We're picking two.
Okay.
So
she said yes?
Yes.
So, Sherry Lee, congratulations. You won. So this is perfect timing for you, we think. Yes? So, hope you have the courage to come and say yes to this.
So Sherry, you won. You won. Okay. And this person just said that it's okay to say, where are you on? Are you on? Are you watching on YouTube or are you watching on Facebook? Secret Santa. Are you watching on Facebook or YouTube? Because you're sending it to my phone. You're lucky I have my phone next to me. Normally I don't check it. So if you're watching, I'd like to, just pop in and say hi. Pop in and say hi. Pop in and say hi. So I will tell you this. I will tell you, Sherry's like, oh my God, OMG, OMG. See, look what happens. Look what happens. Congratulations. So I'm going to pick one of the other people. Okay. There she is. Hi, Heidi. Heidi, you guys. Heidi and I are super, we got super close on the cruise, Sail with Spirit. Hang on one second. Please hold, callers. Heidi's an amazing woman. She's in California. She's the one that turned me on to a delicious dessert.
Uh-oh.
It was so good. Can you write it in, Heidi? So good. It was, oh God, what was it? I'm going to get it wrong, but it was so good. The German dessert. So good.
Uh-oh.
Like absolutely delicious.
Elias loves sweets.
They all know that. Okay. That's not a secret. That's not a secret. It is not a secret. Okay. So here we are, everybody. Oops. Hang on. So there's John. There's Jaya Mara. And there's me. And there's Heidi. There's Heidi. In Canada. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Where's Jody? because we're in Canada. It was a lot of fun, guys. It was a fun. So Heidi, did you write in that German dessert? It was so good.
No,
oh my
no,
God, guys.
Yeah, Sherry Lee is confused. So
What?
See there, she says. So do I have to?
No. You won. You won. You don't have to buy anything. This is for you, free.
And it's the unmasking retreat.
It's the unmasking retreat. You won it without having to buy anything. Somebody else can buy it. Here's Gloria and Heidi. There they are. So cute.
You're welcome, Sherry. We're so happy for you.
We picking name number 2? Yes, we are. A man after my own heart. I love sweets. I know, me too. Heidi, it's the torta. It was so good. Zacher torta, something like that. Zacher torta. I can't do it with a German accent. It was so good. How much is the course, Kathleen? The course is the drop the mask is $150, but the 1-year course is $333 or $33 a month. So second person.
So worth it.
Yes, Zach, that's it.
Oh, Sakra tort.
Sakra.
Oh, I love Sakra torts.
Oh my God, it's so good. On the cruise ship. Yeah, so good. So delicious. Delicious. And Heidi will be coming with us on the cruise to Greece, everybody.
Ooh.
I know. Did you know? You knew I was going.
Yes, I
did.
With
Jean.
That's so exciting.
With Jean. I'm so
my gosh.
Yes, so good.
If you want a magical experience, and if you can do it, go.
So exciting. Go. All right. So Heidi is sponsoring Jamie Sp. You will be sponsored by Heidi.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yay! Congratulations.
Do they have that at Aldi's? They could. They might, because Aldi's is a German company, right?
Yeah.
Sherry says, thank you so much. You got me crying. Sherry, you didn't know we were going to Greece? Go to eliaspatris.com. Look under the events. We're going to Greece and Turkey in October 7th through the 17th. We're going on Celebrity Cruise Ship. We have a special program, and it's called Honoring or Empowering Your Inner God and Goddess.
Oh, gosh,
and in Turkey, we're actually going to visit the house that the Virgin Mary was last in before her passing. So super excited about that. Yeah. Oh, Sachertorte is from Vienna, Austria.
Yes, Sachertorte is. That makes sense. It's Austrian.
It's so good. Right. Oh my God, guys, it is
good.
So.
Yes.
All you have to do is put a little sugar on something, and I'll eat it. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, thank you. And Heidi, thank you so much. Yeah. It's on my bucket list. Awesome.
And if you don't yet know Jean Tyndall, she is fabulous.
She's the one that Spirit Crystal Dancers, and her partner Scoop. He makes
these beautiful rings. Hold on, that's backwards. These beautiful rings. These are 2 examples.
Let me show you. Go down.
You do it.
And then
there we go. Put my hand where they can see it. So that's one. And then he calls them finger bracelets, because if you can see that, different way. Thank you. It's not good with this. So yeah, they don't. The band does not come together. It's separate. So they're like each ring is adjustable the entire way, which is great for. You can wear it on different fingers then, and as if your fingers are swollen or cold, you can adjust it all the way through, and it's great, particularly if for being able to remove your rings and jewelry from going in when you're going into sweat lodges. It's awesome.
That's good. Beautiful. So congratulations to our winner, and congratulations to our winner who is sponsored. Thank you so much. Yeah. Do you have a link to the cruise on my
on your website? Will it be on your website?
On my B of your websites. Do you have a link to the cruise? Oh, well, if you go to eliaspatris.com under events, you'll see it. Okay.
So can you register for it? Is there the link?
We're going to have more information. We're just waiting on a couple things because we want to get the final price, because I'm just going to be very transparent here. They're going to charge us or not charge us for the conference room, and we want to wait to see how much that cost is and what we're going to have for the conference room and our needs for the conference room. Here's the thing, guys. We're not going to be full retreat the whole time. We're going to have, on the 2 days that we sail at sea, we're going to be half the day, like from 9:30 to 12 will be the retreat on those 2 days. We'll also have 2 special tours that we're doing, and then we will have a pre-cruise get together. So the day before we go on the cruise, we're going to meet at the hotel. We'll have the hotel prices and everything. We'll meet at the hotel, and then what we'll do is, we'll have an opportunity to have dinner together. And I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, hoping that we're going to be able to go to the Temple of Athena and do a little woo-woo there. So really excited about that.
So it's really a beautiful combination of like retreat work and also like
Cruise.
just vacation.
A vacation. Yeah.
And really being able to integrate the two.
And if you can't make that one, or come for a more engaging local type of retreat in April. Come to Skamania. Many of you have come to Skamania. So come to Skamania. She's going on Monday to take a look at it. But I'm doing the retreat. I'm facilitating a retreat called Balancing. It's a balancing wellness retreat. And that's in April. So save April and then come in October. Be wonderful. Thank you. Balancing Act Retreat. De-stress and discover your life in harmony at Skamania Lodge in Stevenson. Very exciting. This is including food and lodging and the retreat. And they're giving a discount. I can now officially say that. They're giving a discount for pre and post event at Skamania. $110 a night if you stay the night before, or 2 nights before, 2 nights after, a night after. And that's unheard of, because they normally go for like $325 and up a night. Yeah. Wow. So everything's included, the food and the lodging, Friday 4:30 till Sunday 1 p.m. Saturday breakfast is not included. And let me just tell you, the breakfast is really good at the restaurant. It costs between $15 to $30 depending on what you order.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. The waffles are delicious. I'm just saying. They come with fresh fruit. I'm just saying. They're really good. Okay. That's what I want. Woo, woo, woo. Honey. Yes. Come to Skamania Lodge. Okay. Go to www.skamania.com/retreat. Delora has everything listed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And my birthday is in October, so perfect present. Excellent present for self. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. I'm sure can't use I'm disabled as an excuse now. If it's online too, I'll figure it out. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All you have to do is be present. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been such a joy. I mean,
she's here anyway for the whole week.
Thank you so much for letting me be part of
this. And you don't have to sit next to me to be on here again. You can come whenever you want. And we'll let you know, because I'll bug her. We'll let you know when a free editorial info writing workshop will be. So that'll be great. And Emmy says Skamania food is great. Emmy came to the wedding in Skamania. It was beautiful. And thank you. You're welcome. Share the love and build community. Yes, guys, really do that. Just go to the events page and you'll see everything that's there. I'm doing a contest, guys. So thank you.
And all of your work is all about the unmasking. It's all about connecting back to self, and it's just so beautiful. And so if this is what you want to do for yourself, this is the way to do it.
Yep. And again, thank you, Heidi, for sponsoring. That's very sweet of you. Very, very sweet of you. So beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, remember, we are truly here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. From our hearts to yours. Thanks, everybody. Have a beautiful night. And tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow is, Spirit Psychic Popcorn. She's never done it, so she's
I'm
going to
so
do it with
excited.
me as long as she follows the directions. So the Taurus stubbornness doesn't allow her to do that. So
I wish you all courage in your journey of unmasking. It's worth it.
thank you. Thank you. So, yes, please remember to like and subscribe. And remember, on Mondays, YouTubers, and those of you not on YouTube's, Laura Wusta and I are on Mystical Monday Musings.
Ooh,
Yes, and we pick cards for 20 minutes. So come join us every Monday,
that's
9 a.m. Pacific, 10 o'clock Emmy time, 11 o'clock Central, 12 noon Eastern. Okay. Mystical Monday Musings with Laura Wusta and me. So
sounds
come join us.
fun.
Come join
Fun,
us.
fun, fun.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See you tomorrow at 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern on TikTok for Spirit Psychic Popcorn. And then tomorrow night, come join us for the full moon meditation, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, and 8 o'clock ME time. All right, everyone. Have a beautiful night and take care. Be well. See you soon.